Hello traders and welcome to this new Bitcoin technical and order flow analysis video. First of all, I would like to congratulate to all hodlers, investors and people who were in long, either on swing long or intraday long we've got here. I was entering live in the group, our traders also entered, so you could be participating on a move to the upside with no problem. And secondly, I recommend you watching my previous YouTube video, which was about on-chain analysis, and I was showing you clearly the Bitcoin bull market is very stable and we have some room to go. And we actually moved to the upside thanks to all of those on-chain analysis I was doing, so you can check it for yourself. Now we will be starting. This video actually can be the most important video in the long time for you. I would say it's gonna beat most of the paid educators in the world, because I will be showing you how whole context from macro, technical analysis and order flow was giving you clear bias, to hold into your intraday long from yesterday. And I will be showing you how I was trading actually past 2 days, because that's also extremely crucial, because you could have some continuation long, you could have two shorts. I will be going over all of that. After this is done, we will have a look on Bitcoin from high time frames, what we can expect from this cycle, if we continue pushing, what will be the next targets. So far I gave 2 big extensions and each extension gave you very strong pullback, so we will go over that. So enjoy traders, and let's go then. I'll be starting from Discord because many posts were done in Discord. I just want to remind you, earlier we were trading a swing failure pattern short from CME and other exchanges. Binance and Bybit did just $50 sweep, so it was super tight visual swing failure pattern, so we've got the short. And then I woke up yesterday and I was already preparing plan for our traders. Now this is already crucial post. I'm saying return back to all-time high will fix tight swing failure pattern on most exchanges and might grab rest of the Fed liquidity. So you've had more local and medium time frame liquidity here, ending at 13,500, yes, for the Bitcoin. That was the most immediate goal if you return back to this high. And then there was more analysis. This was also very crucial. I said if we'll be staying about 2-month VAR, because we were in this range for 7 weeks, right? So you are now seeking value elsewhere. So market is clearly warning you, be careful. Yes, you can have that all-time high swing failure pattern short, but if you are in long, you also hold the long, because you have absolutely zero reason to close it. Again, last long, which becomes swing for me, was here at 107, 500s. Retest of the 2-month point of control, high volume node, bottom of the range. So I've got exposure to the upside potentially. And again, I didn't want to see market moving below, again, 110k, we can say, yeah. That would be sign of weakness, bearish sign. Never happened. This is now a crucial post for yesterday. So we were in tight range and I was preparing our traders. These 2 areas will be where I'll be looking for longs. The first area was here. It was based mainly on the premise where you do swing failure pattern of the local range, and then you will fill first inefficiency, first single print, and then you will do swing failure pattern and you push to the upside. Now when I open the Exocharts, you will see what happened. Actually, that was the last ticket for your train to the upside, for your plane, not even train. This was and again, this was train. Here we are. Again, it's extremely crucial when you wake up to prepare your trading plan. If you are an inexperienced trader, you just need to rely on educational group like ours. And my trading plan most of the time plays out. Again, you need to be prepared to the upside and to the downside. Here was the clean plan. We filled like 50% of the single print, but we did swing failure pattern. So you've got that trade. With Orderflow was also good. We analyzed the Orderflow in there. And then you started watching. Yeah, you took take profit 1 after you reached the local range notation, and then with where was breakout. I was actually adding to the long on the breakout. This is one of the best strategies you can do. I think I have 2-year-old or 1-year-old video where I explained how to trade all-time highs on Bitcoin, and one of the strategies when you are in long here and market is going for breakout, there is no rejection at the high for the staying in the range longer, and is new trend, then you add to your trade. So from this entry you have, let's say, 50% left, you can add to your trade 20-30%. You will raise yourself somewhere here. So you risk wider stop loss, but you are getting extra exposure on the breakout. This is the absolutely the most safe way you can play the big breakouts. Yeah, I already made standalone video on this anyway, into the swing course, which will be published very soon. Again, if you were in short from all-time high swing failure pattern on CME and other exchanges, this was the level in the chart you needed to lose. So it was around 110k. You can clearly see we've had 1.52 billion delta candle, volume candle, 500 million, almost 500 million, like 4 to 5 of longs. Same thing in the next candle. So these two candles, massive volumes. If you wanted to see more profit on the shorts from 2 days back, you needed to lose this and you needed to try and capture the breakout traders. Never happened. We did swing failure pattern, they protected their positions, and off we went to the upside. Plus on the TRDR we had the supportive band, so you can see the aggregated spot market was still pretty solid. It was not negative, so they were layering orders and they were definitely anticipating some kind of pump, which we've got. So again, this TRDR was warning us, plus perpetuals also were very positive, so locally you had a lot of buy walls. On that day, you know, on the previous day for the swing failure pattern, we've had massive liquidation, so people getting wrecked. We can also see like the this was aggregated perpetuals and spot markets were very bullish at those. Let me turn off the sound. Yeah, okay, done. So they were pretty bullish and they were also signaling us we might go to the upside. I just want to show you where was the entry. So first of all, someone was filling big orders. This is not important. I was filling additional short on my all-time high swing failure pattern. This was take profit 2. So later on when market went for breakout, after 2 take profits, I lost like 30% of the profit. I didn't got like very heavy loss. So that's pretty cool. There was also negative open drive of equities driving us down into the setup we planned the morning. Let's go for that entry. Very good. Where was the entry? I just need to, because yes. So this was take profit 2 on short. Got into normal size long scalp. So you see my trade, when my trade area, when market arrived into my trade area, it was starting as a scalp long, and then it became day trade. So I was taking it as a scalp first. Secured stop loss money, take profit 1, and then it was, you know, off to the races later on. Again, we haven't put into danger these breakout longs that was needed to get more profit on short. So it was signs of strength. This is an extremely crucial thing also. You can watch Coinbase Premium Trend for free. It was showing us, like you can even check like past 3 days, we've had very strong inflows on the spot markets. And one of the things, you are almost impossible if you are not institutions, you cannot see what they are doing. But you can see on Coinbase Premium Trend, they are usually operating there. They are trying to fill their TIVA borders. If this is really positive, it's very likely the ETFs are main driving forces for the market to the upside. You can see how it was negative here, market was weak. Then we started to see bounce from the lows, it started to go positive, same like here. So again, ETFs were supporting and ETF demand is still trying to hold market. We will see if they succeed. So this was pretty crucial information for me, and that also prevented move to the downside. Again, that take profit 1 could be taken also on the local range rotation. Yes, you were, and then we went for the breakout, and that was the big magic. I'm really happy personally because, you know, I captured this on leverage. I was not in the biggest positions in the world. That's okay, but I'm in spot, so I'm heavily in spot. And again, not all trades you make money just with leverage. Yeah, some days are just massive fat profits on you know, spot markets as well. So let's see further how market was developing. These were just extra posts I was giving in case we go for the pullback. Spot market was like lurking to buy the dip. Very nice. There was a lot of chop. And now this was the change of the character in the market. Very large market participants arrived on the spot market. There was huge delta. And actually this become like, how much was this in together? Because I think this was like hundreds of millions who were pushing to the upside. Oh yeah. Yeah, so this was the breakout out of the range. That's Bitcoin, by the way. This is the power of the Bitcoin. Bitcoin does most of the Bitcoin gains are made literally in days or a few weeks, like 2-3 weeks per year. This is what Bitcoin loves to do. So from here, and look at that spot delta. Yeah, so you're getting leverage as well involved. A lot of shorts is definitely stopping out, but heavily leveraged, heavily spot driven bounce to the upside, which was very healthy. From 57 million we went to 231 on spot just on the initial impulse, and then another huge buying cascade. So, and then another you had a lot of bullish CVD. We'll go over that in detail a bit later. And now we started to chew into the liquidity. So you see we've taken the medium to local time frame liquidity, first half of it, the red one, and then we had this left. So that was what the market was going. Look at that delta, look at that spot. Very strong breakout. Like these volumes were absolutely crazy there. You don't want to fight something like that. Yes, especially like you fail this high, yeah? You have no swing failure pattern. Why would you be shorting? Yeah, there are very big rules when to short market, but breakout for all-time high is not one of them. You need to be long, you need to be adding. In somewhere I was also writing I'm adding on the breakout. There was a lot of activity in the section. Look at those single prints, pretty crazy, right? Market continues to work on the liquidity. Let's go further down. I'm not going over all the posts. Yes, I just want to show you the most important ones. 115k, they were preparing to defend, and we later on went over it pretty much with ease. I went to sleep, by the way, so yeah, I'm going pretty early when we were in the consolidation, and then I had alerts. I had alerts at 115k, but I woke up right at on this candle. Those liquidations are crazy. Like the big initial move to the upside was on shorts covering, plus the spot was buying very, very heavily. I literally shorted the high 117,600, and I also closed long, so this long. Now we need to start to talk about the positioning of the market. So let's go here. I have I put here recent trades as well. Yeah, so this is the trade which started as a scalp, take profit one taken, and then adding on the breakout, which was increasing my entry somewhere here. And when we did this was high time frame EPA move, where you have massive open interest decrease, huge liquidations, massive volume, delta is over the roof. This is textbook EPA, by the way. Like you can learn these big reversals here. This is time when maximum opportunity on the market arrives. Exhaustive price action. The week also signified this, and I was closing because intraday trader. Yes, you can hold some swings, but I had a swing from 17500, still some exposure, so I closed. This was more than enough for me. I was getting paid how much? 5% move, so very, very good. And I immediately, this trade, by the way, this short here was discretionary. Most of my trades are pretty much systematic, based on order flow tools, on repeating fractals, because markets can go only up and down, yeah. That's already pretty cool. And now you have many situations every single day. The more you watch the market, you see same situations repeating. Nothing can surprise you, like absolutely nothing. Even this is not surprising me. I've seen such price action many times in the past, in previous cycles, in previous year. This trade, my alert went up. So I had alert at 115k. I had like here, so I had 2 minutes. So I was waking up on the alert, and I had 2 minutes to be on PC and to actually react, and there was not much time actually here to watch the order flow, but pretty much this move got super overstretched. I was watching the TRDR with the liquidations already reaching crazy thresholds here. Pretty high absorptions were also happening at the high. Let me check what was the date. So this is July 2118. Yes, this is template I also had open. I'm already seeing massive, massive liquidations, and very heavy absorptions were occurring. This was even better visible in the, as per all the highs as well. So it's better visible in the web exo. And again, we overextended super nice. If you measure this move, by the way, it was very similar move as here. Yeah, same magnitude. So also like one-to-one extension of the previous move. And like up here the forced buying was very heavy, so many people closing positions from liquidations and stop losses. Then it stopped and the big sellers started to arrive, so it was pretty much almost certain we will go into the pullback and into the range. And the immediate reaction was, I think 2% I pulled immediately from market, 1.5, yeah, because I was entering higher, I think here. Yeah, it was a BTC USD tether, so there was much higher wick. There was even a bigger reaction. So this was the trade. Then we've got the pullback during my sleep. I should maybe set more. This was a mistake. I should be setting more take profit limits. Maybe even have alert. But again, I need to sleep, yeah, so I cannot trade everything. Beautiful bounce from here. This was like you need order flow and order books to watch what to do. This pullback here was very technical because on the way to the upside you were also trapping a lot of sell side on the spot market, and you can see it also here. There was continuation candle there, so it was pretty much the area where market needed to stop to not drop into the inefficiencies. Let me show you that. I can also show it to you over here. You see we filled only portion of the inefficiency, but there was high risk you might feel more inefficiencies to the downside, of course. But we didn't go for it because in here you've got the continuation volume. So let me show you the volume. Yes, you see. So this is the pullback from that new all-time high short, and you were writing like this was market always wants to be efficient. Look at that. So you feel the low volume note here. Now you filled another big chunk and you literally stopped at the first, like you even front run it another volume. Now this is extremely crucial template to know if market wants to stop in the single prints, because again remember for the bull markets and general trends, if trend is very strong, you will not feel the full inefficiency. You will be stopping at the volume nodes in the inefficiency. Now if you would lose this area, then look at that, very like much less support. This is where market was not auctioning properly, almost no support here. In the future, I can almost guarantee if you lose this, you will be feeling most of this. It can come, no problem. This high, by the way, is pretty cool because so much buying side is trapped at highs. Not with leverage, but there were heavy absorptions. This template is cool. It can save you a lot of decisions. So let's see. So there was that. You can see the move to the upside extremely exhaustive. Like this is speaking for itself. The total liquidations in the world were reaching actually the highest amount for the past 4 years. So I really wish you are okay. I think in our group, traders are very responsible and not many people are getting liquidated. We teach them to use normal leverage. You never bet your house on one trade, of course not. Plus, remember Bitcoin is in long-term bull market. And I'm actually more defensive on shorts. Like I don't want to over leverage on short because long-term is always more likely you will be getting hurt on short unless this is like full-blown bull market, bear market. We are in bull market, and especially if you are like going into the all-time highs, you don't want to be in such a thing. You need to exit the market there. So massive liquidations, clearly retail and many institutions blow up here. It was reaching almost 1 billion, so huge. This is cleaning market also from the leverage. So again, that's why market stopped at first. Let's go to the downside. Yeah, our trader also got the continuation long, very beautiful. It was a liquid environment because all the books are pretty empty. I was also warning the very little was needed to move the market. We can see also how before breakout, you've got big walls protecting. So that's another way. If you want to play continuation, you can go long here. You put stop loss behind those people. You can enjoy the journey. It's one of the way to get into the direction. We've got some scalps for those who wanted, but I went to sleep anyway. Now, why we actually stopped at 117,452? No, it was not, I don't know what, you can have thousands, you can have thousands of pools in the world, but what matters, especially what matters for me, are these 6 pools. I have them here, our group knows them, they have access to my charts as well, so they know what matters. And this is the pool which gave us literally that high. Let me show you that pool in the Tradinglite, trading view, so you can understand it. Let's go. So we will need to go to high time frame, so 4-hour time frame. We will talk a lot about extensions because future targets for Bitcoin will be also based on extensions plus on-chain analysis. You don't have as much, you don't have many things when you are pushing to all-time highs, almost no levels. So balance zones, let me check if they are in the first folder. I have a lot of folders. Balance zones. This is the recent liquidity, 1.5 hit today, very, very nice. When you hit 125, you pretty much grab a lot of liquidity from the group. If you hit 1.5, you destroyed everyone from the and yeah, we will talk about it in later. Let me find that juicy pool. Extension ladder, here we are. Yeah, this is really good pool because it's like, you know, you pushed post-Trump into the very strong impulse. This is the first range we've got post-Trump, and it was taking some nice time, like over, I think it was 2 weeks. So from that moment, this was the first pull I did for the balance zone extensions. So I watched 1-to-1, and once we break, because Bitcoin absolutely loves 1-to-1 extensions. Why? It's psychological, because when you do 1-to-1 extension, let's imagine you are short, whatever place in this range. Once market moves 1-to-1 extension, you tend to close position in heavy loss, or you tend to get liquidated. So 1-to-1 extensions are symmetry, and they work on liquidity, and it's how market operates. So once we extended out of this range, you've got perfect 1-to-1 extension out of this range. Is showing as a 2, but it's just 1-to-1. Yeah, perfect. This was another high we've got on Bitcoin, literally precise. And from this moment, I knew the market can be paying attention to this, not only to the upside, but also to the downside. Same way as we are going to the downside, we've got the, like if I zoom in, you've got the initial reaction from 1-to-1 of that range, and then you found support in the 1.5. So because this is working with the 0.5 increment, so 1.5 found ultimate stabilization, and now 73k got front run, but just marginally. Bitcoin is extremely volatile asset, and is going to be front running your levels. You cannot trade these like super precise levels. You need to view everything as an area. That's also, we can also, yeah, I want to speak about extensions, just about extension in the second part of the video. I just want to show you why we stopped here, and then we'll be returning to this. So let's go to 5-minute time frame. Again, this is a crucial pull for me, and look at that. So you've got that hit. Many people got limit orders here, profit targets, whatever, and this is also causing pullback. Let's go down. We will go over extensions in technical analysis. I just want to continue. I just want to finish what I finished. I mean, for what the posts I was doing here. We need to go back a bit. It's still, yeah, this is yesterday, very good. So we continue. That was beautiful. So I've got the confluence also for the that aggressive discretionary short, which such trades are pretty rare for me. Trader was asking me, do you think this is a chance to go to the 95k loss before last quarter since we have inefficiencies? Well, I said I doubt it. Bitcoin on its own has all the sales behind its back. Equities at all-time highs, weak dollar, and huge debt and money printing. All the reason why Bitcoin exists, because Satoshi Nakamoto, whatever that person was in 2008 or 9, he made Bitcoin exactly for these reasons. So your money are not losing purchasing power. So right now, if macro is not getting wrecked from tariffs or wars or whatever reason, Bitcoin is looking very strong, and I doubt, like I personally doubt we will see 95k. Like we've got so much support above 100k now. So this was just realistic answer, like people can go short here and they will expect 95k. That's already immediately unrealistic expectation for your trade. As we were consolidating, you've got a bit of bearish CVD because you see bulls are pushing on spot, price is downtrending, so you've got a short setup on a scalp as well. I was sleeping already here, so few trades were posting. There was some bad news on tariffs. This was sending Bitcoin already down, but it tended to become pretty strong. During Asia, so this is the final low during Asia. I was just sleeping here. You see what happened. These were also signs of strength you want to see. So you see since this 117k, you were in firmly the local downtrend structure. First push to the upside, you reclaim the div up, and potentially if you are retesting the local market structure, it can be your continuation long if you are patient and you don't interact here. So you could be participating on the move to the upside. And since that moment, since we started pushing about 116,000, you've got pretty large walls following price. They don't need to be filled. They can just move market to the upside. So they are creating additional pressure. Some people are putting stop losses behind them and you continue up. So that was protecting you long. You could be also longing with them. It's up to you. Now you move beyond this high no swing failure pattern. So you continue in price discovery and we are getting into the current trading. I was already scalping this very local range. I also hit those take profits. I know when to do that. Volatility is now increasing. So your scalping and day trades will be very interesting for the next days or weeks. Very likely. Because we are in price discovery area. You see what was the another target for today? It's running full high time frame liquidity and then another massive extension exactly at 118,976. Let me show you what I mean by that liquidity, why it was the target and why we actually are going into the pullback. Let's go here. This is Tradingdifferent tool. I absolutely love that because I know when people are getting stopped out and liquidated, at least estimate, but it's really good. Swing is now showing us less leverage people and it's gonna show us high time frame liquidity. If I zoom out, you can see we were in range for 6 months. So since November actually, so even like 6-7 months. And now you are actually July is 7, so it's more than 8 months. 8 months range, and the liquidity was building up here. It was like highlighted already from January, so for so long time you were building that. Now we can see why you pushed up so violently, because not only you were destroying local shorts, but also high time frame shorts were getting destroyed in the red area especially. If I zoom out over here, you see we run almost 100% of those shorts and forced buying. The another one was created very recently, so this is very recent. So you already punished so many people in the market. Forced buying, when shorts are closing, they are doing forced buying, is now done, and you will need a lot of spot volumes to actually continue higher. So this is also possible. Market goes into the pullback or into the range here. This scenario becomes valid, right? That's another reason for the pause. I'm already preparing traders as I'm waking up, because you know the trading plan is very key. I'm showing them circles where I will be looking for longs. This is the first area of long, second area for long, and the final area for long. You've got the pullback into the area, I think. Let me check. The reasoning for this area was very simple. You've got the single prints here from the close session. I think market was actually closed on all exchanges in the world. This was the closed hour, so only Bitcoin moved here. In the future, I expect this is going to be filled. It can be actually filled even today or like in next few days. This is massive inefficiency, and especially when CME was not trading, yeah. But again, this was area of interest for us. Let's see how it went. So let's go to recent trades, because that was 1 minute time frame. Well, at 15k. Yeah, that was not taken. This is far away, but I've got long. You will see that long here. This was much higher. This can still be interesting area for today, so we can watch that. It's very similar idea as we've got the day before, where you feel inefficiencies, do swing value pattern and bounce. So that's going to be valid for today. If you want to see a bigger pullback, you need to move below 113,000. These are again breakout longs. These were actually the largest longs in the whole impulse. 14 billion was traded on open interest aggregation and 4 billion aggregated delta. So these are huge values. If you got position into short, you need to move below this area, and then you will see much larger pullback, because it means the breakout people who were initiating all-time high got trapped and failed. The structure failed completely. So it was like bull trap, but we don't see that yet. So so again, here is my post. These buy walls are playing most aggressive continuation, where you flip previous high volume week high into support. So that was my long today as well, because you can be long and shorting if you are scalping day trading. So these people basically what they did, they were putting defense orders at this high, and they were doing this. This was exactly why these wall were doing there, and they were definitely trying to run these highs for the liquidity. So I'm not gonna fight the market. I'm going to go with them. Yeah. So let me show you. Here they are. I have the line here marked as well. I think we filled the first wall. Yes, we did. First wall got filled for 200 bitcoins, and the second wall was still here. So what I did, I got long here, and I put stop loss behind that wall, so he's protecting me. Because I knew if this area is lost, we very likely go for the VWAP. Yeah, the VWAP was still here. So another area of interest for me was VWAP, and another big wall with the low for swing failure pattern. We didn't got it, so I trade what is in front of me. I don't have any hopes. I just trade what is market giving. And now we are starting to go into the actual trading of today. I mean, just like past few hours. What is really good, Bitcoin is pushing heavily to the upside, but order funding rate is still very healthy. Is nowhere near levels where we've got the initial impulse to the upside months back. So until you see such elevated funding rates, you know spot markets are fully in control and leverage is not here. When we start to see something like that, that can be another decision point and another evidence. You might look for more shorts, because market will try to squeeze these people eventually, like here. Yeah, that massive drop, there was a reset of the funding rate. Again, high funding rate, another big reset. So that's also what was happening previous cycles. Also, we've had a big CVD, and it's become the bullish CVD. So again, as I was in long locally, the bull CVD started to show up. Let me show you that. Here you are. 1 minute time frame. I need to do it like this. Look at how much we sold. Actually, I think it was very large number, 559. Wow, we sold over 200 million of bitcoins were sold on the spot market. Do you see how actually they were selling? This was Binance, I think. Yes, here you are. Massive sell side on Binance, 200 million. This would actually crash market if we wouldn't be now in a bull market and just neutral or bear market. No, we actually started pushing to the upside. So even when I was seeing heavy sell side, this was bull CVD. It actually stopped here, and since that big seller was out of the market, we continued for that weak highs. These were also weak highs, because 1, 2, 3 highs close together. Shorts will have stop loss behind, and that's what we run. You can see how they were shorting here. I'm included, but I was taking large profit. So very good bull CVD played out. Now market is more neutral. You see bulls like spot is selling, price is also following. So you don't see any setup. This played out really good. Shorts got destroyed, but this was another short for you. I also take profit on that long I was showing you. So very good bull CVD. These were current trades. Before I started recording video, I already had another take profit limit here hit. I was already hitting 40% take profit one as we are declining, and here I had another 20%. So I have right now my exposure is this long is fully closed because it ran the target. Now, if I would be very greedy in that long, I would lose all the profit. So of course, this was a smart decision to close this. They are just very close to all-time high, so I don't want to. If I take longs, it's more of a scalp or for breakout. This short also hit 60% take profit together. I have last 40% left. Why I have still short here? I will be watching how cash opens, and we will see on equities if they find footing or not, because the Trump is again making market very nervous on tariffs. And we already see big declines. Bitcoin is holding much better because it's big breakout for Bitcoin. It's like big day for Bitcoin, so it's not fighting it. So yeah, we will watch. Let's see if there are any other posts I want to go over, and then we will move finally on posts I want to go over. Also, some trader was asking if I should FOMO up here to buy more Bitcoins. Well, I would say in the future there will be very likely we might push 130, 40k, and then we return to retest the 110 to 100k level as a new floor for the range. As here and as here, Bitcoin loves to do that. Yeah, it's the most bullish retest you can get. So I would not be FOMOing here. Of course, I'm not gonna buy Bitcoin at all-time highs. I was buying plenty of times past few months on a spot market as well. So that trade was playing out well, and now we can move on technical analysis. I want to show you all the extension targets for Bitcoin, also some extra analysis. We can see, by the way, seasonality is playing out really well. So we know July tends to be really positive month for the Bitcoin, but during August you tend to give up away all the gains during July. So just keep that in mind. And in August, maybe tariffs will go into the action. So I'm not sure if they pull it or not, but if they activate them, we might see, Bitcoin pullback as well with equities. So July is really good, but August tends to be tend to give up all the summer gains. So be careful. September tends to be also pullback on equities. And then the last quarter of the year tends to be hugely strong. I can show you, I think I was doing that post here into seasonality. Yes, you see August is not only negative or neutral on crypto, but it tends to be on equities as well. Neutral, this is for the past 25 years. And September tends to be really negative before markets enjoy the best quarter of the year, and crypto as well. So be careful. I will be looking for some shorts as well when we got into big targets into the September and August to have exposure. And I will use these 2 months also to load up on a maybe final dip of this year. Yeah, there are some predictions of this in this video, so just remember they are predictions. They don't have to happen, or they can, but you need to have plan. That's absolutely everything. Now let me show you what else. Okay, this is another thing I want to go over. Just want to show you the fractal situation. I'll be showing that in chart so you understand it better. We can turn off this. We go here, fractal, because markets are in the end fractals. So if we measure duration of the range in 2024, it was taking us, you can see there 252 days. Now Bitcoin was consolidating from this point for 253 days would be in where 31st of July, and we've got the breakout 11th of July, so you are 20 days early based on symmetry breakout. You see it's very different. Like 2024 we've had a lot of bad news. Germany was selling, Israel started the first war, yeah, and then you've got the Mt. Gox distribution under the sell side on the Bitcoin. So you've got multiple big moves below the range, but here we've got the only one from the Trump, and then we've got the Trump pivot. We know how pivots are powerful when Fed or whatever entity is giving you floor or what can happen, the market tends to reverse. Now the move to the upside, just from the range, we can measure move to the upside was done in 34%. That's pretty crazy move. Bitcoin was expecting here is gonna become the strategic reserve asset, so 35% move, huge. And I'm just measuring it until we started to go into the 2 weeks range, right? If we repeat similar breakout, I'm not sure if we repeat that, but if you do, then this is actually targeting us to 137. I would say realistically Bitcoin can actually push first to 120 to 125, and then maybe we get into another range, we will see. But this is, if I watch the fractal symmetry, this is going to be like the most immediate targets. So we will see. And let's go to on-chain. I think I wanted to show something from on-chain. This, by the way, very nice. Bitcoin is maturing as an asset. The pullbacks on Bitcoins are getting smaller and smaller. This cycle, it was 33%. You see, since 2023. Nothing crazy compared to previous cycles. It's the reason is more people are holding Bitcoin, and secondly is liquidity is getting better, more institutions are involved, so you get less and less pullbacks. In the end, if it's not full-blown bear market, I think Bitcoin pullbacks will be smaller and smaller. So then we get to, 20% pullbacks, 10% pullbacks. Bitcoin is maturing. We want to see that. Okay, now let's go to technical analysis and order flow together. I want to start with the extensions. So do you know what was the another top? Let me show you. Let's go for the charts. Just want to show you the most important high time frame pulls first. So one of the reasons we've got just at least day trade or scalp reaction is this pull. This pull is measuring this high and this low. It was giving you very clear liquidity to be taken. Again, if you don't have access to liquidity tools, this is really cool to learn. 125, the most aggressive liquidity is resting here. If market wants to return back to the range, it's gonna stop in this box, and if it's pushing, then it means it's going for full liquidity. And you can see how the liquidity was ending here, right at 1.5. Yeah, so everything now is making sense. From this perspective, if we start reclaiming this area and this rejection, you will be targeting from like the most recent range. This was 7 weeks range, sorry, is the most influential on Bitcoin like medium time frame. So you will be targeting 125,753. So mark that in your future area of interest. It's gonna complete one-to-one extension of the whole, this whole local range. Let's go into the another range. This one was more important for the current move to the upside. It can still have some extension, but this is not important for us right now. Another cool extension. Oh, those are not. Yeah, this is another one. So again, this is now, we were ranging in this range for 2 months, I think. So again, another strong pull. 1.5 market was respecting to the dollar. Then it gave us all-time high, like failed auction to the downside. So from that moment, I know market loves this pull. It was also you see, for me, this is extremely important, these 2 key levels, like for how long time we were in it. So very strong pull. You can see on the way to the downside, we started to see support in this box. First it was front run and then push to the upside. So what I'm seeing right now, and this is how you can expect and predict market once its breakouts is gonna get at least here, is this symmetry we've got on the tariff pullback. So it's first you've got people who shorted into the low, sold their Bitcoin, now they are buying back both on leverage and both on spot, they are FOMOing back. Now if I had this box, again this was giving us the, you see, very small front run, but this was giving us that scalpable reaction I was posting in the group for 1%. Yes, we can still watch this box. Today we will be watching if Bitcoin gets into the new range in this box. With 120k is gonna be, it could be very strong resistance, a lot of sell side is there. So you might see some new range here and then resolution. Because you will feel the targets, yeah? So that's another cool pull you can be watching. We have also the extension ladder. I was already showing you the power of the extension ladder, the big wick stop there during Asia. Now if I go to 4-hour time frame, we can have a look. If we don't stop in this area, then we have 126,323. So you see already 2 big extension targets are ending at around 125, 126. And now we need to go to higher time frame extensions. Let me show you. So this is medium time frame. Let's go further. This is the main this is the main one, because this is also capturing the previous bull market. So the extension and balance zone, fips are made from the previous bull market and then bear market. You see how we were grabbing the liquidity here, then we curved to the upside. Then you see you've got this strong reclaim of the midline, then it continued to the upside. This basically predicts where Bitcoin gets future range. You see the gray, that that box is the box was very similar to box we were in 2021, so it was very likely for me to expect Bitcoin will be ranging in this area for a long time. After the push, we see we did pretty good job, and now we're extending into. So this is 1-to-1 extension box, and now we are getting into 2-to-1 extension box. So what we will be looking up here is maybe during summer we will form new range in from 129, from 126 to 125. The midline is gonna do that. You see how we did things here. Or if market is super bullish, and I would say my prediction is we will form something like this. Yeah, the range will be here. Or if market gets crazy and this can actually happen later. I would expect this happen in like Q4, and Bitcoin gets to 2-to-1 extension. Then you might do something like this. You will be rotating this fully, and then you will be watching if you form support, same like here. Then you've got the pounds. Initial range was happening in this initial box. So you will be watching that, and if you get something like this. If you lose this, then of course you open row to retest this like white box and previous range support. So this is like a strong prediction tool. We will see how this all plays out. So that's one pool. And let's have a look on the final pools. This one is tracking market since bear market, but we don't need this. We need it this time. This time we can have a look also. Oh yeah, this one. This one is also pretty cool pool. Is like 5th important pool because it's not capturing this low and this high, but is looking at final bear market low and final bull market high. This gave us extensions, and now 175 gave us very strong reaction on the downside. 1.5 was giving us more of a support for the range. And out of the previous bear market lows and bull market high of the previous cycle, you've got big target at 122.928. So right now we are creating very interesting box from 125, 126 up to like from here. This is going to be interesting box. You already have 3 major extensions here. So again, if you see market slowing down here, getting into range or a pullback, you will be not surprised. Many people will have targets based on these extensions. Okay, let me check from medium folder because I have also extensions here. If I didn't miss any. And this one is also cool, but it's not so precise. 1.5 got, because this is coming from previous range, and you've got also 124 to watch. It at least stopped us in the past, so there was some nice reaction. And 124 again. So again, for the extension is now indeed 122 to 127, 126 zone. That's some crazy. And now, if you want, you also have this monster pool. We can go to weekly time frame. Corona low, bull market high. You see, it's more like an area. And you've got, if Bitcoin overextends, then you've got 1-to-1 extension of this move as well, of this 2021 full bull market from Corona low impulse. And you will be ending at 134.634. Again, you can watch this as well. Powerful. So these are extension targets. We also have the gun. We can go to daily time frame. Gun is pretty much giving you the more levels to watch to the upside, where we tend to range around it. So let me show you gun. Here we are. 1 hour time frame, 4 hour time frame better. And you see each touch to the gun tends to get nice reaction as we start to go up. Here was nice range. We moved over this, didn't react. Here we've got the reaction. Front run, we've got the reaction. It was still reacting. Now we are actually moving over this one, and then next one to watch is this one. But also I was showing you that in other pools. Let's have a look on symmetry. I need to do 4-hour time frame. You can also view market. So I was showing you the fractal. You can also view market like the push from 74,000 is one massive impulse. And then we are already at 60% from Trump lows, Trump 34 lows. If we go here, how much was this push? 49%. That's pretty cool. And if we hide, if we now hide, let's have a look on how much was from that previous range. 88%, and then we've got 120%. Good. So we are here 57%, and if we go for 80%, same like previous range, similar to fractal, you will have target at 135,000. And 120, if you repeat like full symmetry, is gonna be at 165. Okay, that's maybe for later. Okay, so that's those were extensions, very interesting. Market will be opening in 1 hour. So what do you want to see today, right? So again, I need to pay attention to equities, how they will be reacting to Trump. We have serious escalations in tariffs. They want to put tariffs on. They already are saying they will put Canada on 35%. That's insane because this closes July. Eurozone maybe is gonna get a letter today as well. This is destroying mood in the markets. I think only thing which can break Bitcoin down currently will be macro. Yeah, so you need to pay attention to macro. what are equities doing? I can't imagine Bitcoin holding on highs or pushing to the upside if equities will be totally bleeding down. If that happens, it's gonna show you Bitcoin becomes safe haven asset. We already saw those, but we can go to higher time frames. You see what I mean? You see how correlated we are, but actually Bitcoin is now catching up to equities, like just visually. One sign of weakness for us was when Bitcoin, actually it was fully correlated. So you see again, if we see massive, the blue line is ES 500. If you see big decline on ES 500, Bitcoin will also get the pullback. So pay attention to macro, what's happening. And especially as we go closer to the deadline, then it can be interesting. What you will be looking for on, like, you, of course, Bitcoin is pushing to the upside, so you want to buy the dip. Where we will be looking to buy the dip is again not that hard. We will be looking that at bullish retest of this range. You see how many times, you know this market structure, it was born from here, from early all-time high. We were banging on these resistance lines 1, 2, 3 times. Now what we will do, we will extend. You can get 3 types of bullish retest on Bitcoin on the pullback. You can get what you will be watching, right? You can get key previous all-time high retest. You can front run it, or you can just touch it and go. That's one scenario. I would say the other scenario, more viable, where you can look to buy new Bitcoin for swing and for hodl, will be the market structure, which was 3 or 4 times resistance. Now we should be backtesting it as a support, and with 2-month VAC as well. Ideally, you just touch and go. Yeah, you don't want to create new value here again, and then something like this, that would be extremely bearish, because it means everyone who was buying here got trapped. The market is not agreeing to the value, and we will just rotate this range. And that can happen with the macro, yes, very easily. So watch for that. We can turn off market structures, and then you can actually watch for full range rotation. But again, I'm not gonna give you like super more targets. For me, where are the trade areas? Because they will be still valid. This was area I was looking for short, but it actually broke over a bit super ease. And here is the trade area where, in case we get acceptance into this range, then it's gonna be valid for me to 105k around, yeah. Where we run liquidity, range val, but this is now not so realistic, so we don't need to go over that. And don't forget to lose larger picture. So Bitcoin was in 7-month range. So when we go to daily time frame, 4-hour time frame, actually it will be better. We can turn on this, and it's getting even more obvious. Like in this high volume node, you want to do bullish retest. Yes, you don't want to lose that high volume node, because it means you will go for the 7-month point of control retest. Again, we will see if macro escalates or not. So far, everything is playing out for Bitcoin. You have weak dollar, you have big debts, you have massive bill, which will put America into bigger debt. You also have equities at all-time highs. And a lot of money are just chasing to be invested, so they are going into Bitcoin and altcoins. I also think if Bitcoin gets into some kind of range, we might see altcoins outperform, because we are seeing the dominance is falling. So I go to 1 hour time frame. The orange line is dominance. We see as Bitcoin is pushing this dim line. We see others also are pushing harder. So Bitcoin pushing up is also trying to spark the altcoins season, right? Another thing I want to show you. So we know equities, dollar was weakening past few months. You can see on nominal terms, we are at all-time highs. We are at 118,000. But if you compare Bitcoin with dollar, you are actually not making all-time highs. It's gonna happen only when we push into above 121k. Right, then you will do true nominal if you adjust it for dollar weakness. You can also see that on Euro chart. Yeah, many of our traders are from Eurozone, but I think good like 1/3 is US and Canada. And for us, Bitcoin still haven't reached all-time high. It's still a few $1,000s lower. So weaker dollar is... so you are getting nice money on Bitcoin, but again, your dollar is inflating, losing value. So it's not a surprise Bitcoin is actually at all-time highs. So let's have a look on today. So again, I told our traders maybe this short I took here will be short I will keep into the weekend, because again, if equities will be sold in 1 hour on the tariffs panic, we might get nice pullback, where you will be looking for new interactions. By the way, anything I say is not financial advice. First sign of weakness, by the way, for you will be moving below this low, because it means you are returning back into this range. Then the best case for longs will be around this low. For swing failure pattern, that was what I was explaining in the video earlier. If you lose this low, we go for single prince fill. This is going to be big target to fill next few days, weeks. Again, as it happened during CME close, so they will need to trade volumes there. Almost not much volume were traded there. Really good structure. Retail trader would see here head and shoulders. Head, shoulder. But we are not a retail trader, so yeah, I'm definitely keeping that short. Very happy if we come into the 120k. 120k could be very heavy resistance. Where is Kiyotaka? Here we are. You also see how you are doing pullback now, because this is like strong sell side cluster on spot. But 120k is getting defended with 800, 900 Bitcoin almost. So very, very heavy sell side. There will be liquidity above. What you want to do with key level, you want to breach it on high volume and then push back down. You will fill all the walls, you get absorptions. Second scenario, which is less probable but can happen, is you will reject without filling the walls. It means market has no power to breach the level and it will reject and boom down. So 120k of future area of interest. From spot market Binance, again, while we are above VWAP, then the trend is pretty strong up here, but if you start losing it, it's going to be a sign of weakness. You see how Binance starts to place new walls. They're trying to protect 120k. Let's have a look on TRDR. I will go over main templates. We can also see so we've had, you remember, yeah, we were trading this range with short bias, pullback. Now you've got the blue bands, you've got massive buy side on perpetuals and also on spot market, but now things are changing. So if people are following here, they are only filling institutional sell side. We now see pretty strong, especially these bands up here. There is heavy sell side above us. We have 4 times more shorts than longs on Coinbase, and on the aggregated spot market is almost 2 times more sell side than buy side. So again, I would be no surprise if we get pullback or we go into the range. It will be much harder to push higher, but we will see. Open interest is increasing. You can see the blue line is increasing, so new positions continue to pile in. It is going to cause extra volatility in the future once you get into liquidity. Huge liquidations, you already damaged so many people. Leverage totally is destroyed. Coinbase heavy selling today, while Binance heavy selling, Coinbase is buying, so ETFs are buying, Binance Asia is selling, resulting in that bull CVD, but we'll see who will win the battle. Now it's battle. You can see clearly with this temple how big battle it is. So the first columns are belonging to spot. Spot is distributing. Spot is distributing profit selling, while leverage is trying to hold the market. Yeah, each column is very positive, so they're trying to hold the market same like before. But this before we had also lots of buying activity on the spot markets. There were so many walls. So right now, if someone is longing, he's going to long into spot sellers. So 120k defended, heavy defense on multiple exchanges, mainly Binance. And in the future pullbacks, we have heavy support. Spot, like you monitor in case we get some deep pullback, not likely, but we can. 108k, and the region also, like Kraken still has 2000 BTC down here. It's not counting as much now, but it's gonna count as we got closer to this because it's showing you 1 to 10% orders. So yeah, these demand walls are definitely there. 125 defense on Coinbase. Yeah, you see similar sell side as here when market was consolidating. Same. Lots of volume will be needed to continue higher. You can see how these spot market orders were guiding the uptrend as well. Each time nobody was filling them, so they were also a crucial part. Lots of stability around 116,000. Make sure to watch that. And perpetuals, yeah, that one out K I was mentioning. Definitely there. Spot, sorry, this is spot. Spot defending that area. What are whales trying to do? Whales, they're filling some shorts as well. They're mainly in this region, and locally there is some scalping done. 120k defended. How is liquidity looking to the downside? We need to go to smaller time frame here, yeah, because liquidity, the open interest is increasing, so I need to watch. What pullbacks you have those nodes? This is very local one, and then you have things lower. Okay, traders, that's it from me. So I showed you some nice extensions, what to watch for pullback, where are the targets, and immediate order flow we will need to analyze in the group every single day. So thank you for watching. I hope you will enjoy this Bitcoin pump. So remember, main pullback can come from macro for Bitcoin. It's looking pretty decent now. But we hit also some nice targets, so consolidation would not be surprised. We have so much sell side, and massive resistance is at 122,000 up to 127, like 5 extension targets like here. So again, potentially another high can be placed, even stronger rejection or range. All right, thanks for watching, traders. I wish you good weekend, and join our group to educate with us. Bye.